now just to practice, because again, I've not performed yet. Still not performed. But made harder with COVID and everything. But I do like I'll FaceTime like my best mate and just say, let's have a listen to this. And that I'd be shaking. I'd think, I can do it. I'm TPJI, I can do this. And then at the moment, be like, oh god, this is horrible. But now I can do that quite happily.
It's why we get on really well, because I feel a lot of similarities in our journey.
Yeah.
Like what I was saying, getting into it late on, but there's a lot of naivety
100%
inside our hearts.
Yeah.
Like I've had it all the way along, but somebody said that to me in a really negative manner, like, oh, you're so naive, you don't know what you're doing in this scene. But I've used that always as a positive, because the amount of situations I've put myself in that most people wouldn't, because they've built up a concept in the head of, oh, this is only where big artists go. Do you want to play a Russell Brand concert? Oh, I'm not incredible. A proper artist. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You've got this beautiful innocence and naivety to your mindset,
just to throw yourself at it.
And I think if you just do it naturally and you just keep growing and bring a track out, do a collaboration, look into the film side of things,
it all accumulates and builds up.
That's what you've got to do. And I think you never get to an end destination, an end point.
Never, yeah.
And even people that are on top of the game have made the millies. I have good friends with not made the millies, but made a millies on Spotify.
Right.
But even they speak in a bit of a demoralised kind of attitude, or I went and performed in America, or I went and performed in this place, and then I got there and it was all a bit of a farce,
right?
Because the production team are sort of biting at you, and then they're telling you to look a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way. They're like, oh, I was just enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? So I think keep your humbleness,
100%.
Keep your realness.
I am still. Like I pinch myself sometimes at where I'm at right now, but it's quite good. It's not amazing, but it's there. But in my head, I'm still just. Do you know Mount Street, and where it is? It's hidden underneath that carpet park,
crazy place. Yeah.
I was up the stairs to an apartment, like completely lost, and I still remember Charlie going, I can see you, mate, like, what are you doing? And that was the first time I met Charlie, and I can still remember that. I can still remember, like, oh my god, this is amazing in the studio, shaking, not knowing what's going on. And the first moment was me playing the piano and then doing a bit of vocal and me thinking, this is amazing. This is amazing. And then just as soon as I've always been in the mindset of, if I just get on that one song on Spotify, I'm completely saturated with that. That's absolutely fine. And then it's just been like that. So everything's been a bonus. So in the same time, if I was in that American situation and had producers like biting at my ear and everything, I'd be like, but it's just all. I feel like I've won already, just because that's all I wanted from it at the time. It's only when you get hungry, or you're kind of maybe forced to be hungrier for it, that when you're left unsatisfied, I think.
And like you say, one of the most buzzing feelings you get is when you were in that place of unfamiliarity. You're sort of there, like, Charlie, what's happening next? You're going down to this weird studio, and that's where I lost a bit of love for it, was when I grew a bit too comfortable. I knew the practice then. I knew what a studio was. I knew what performance on a stage was. And I started going into stages and not even feeling my words anymore. I was getting on and just getting into flow. But the best feelings is where you're like, oh, what's this crowd going to be like? You perform and then they go quiet and they're like, he's actually kind of cool. I'm into this. And then you're vibing off of that and bouncing. When you're like, oh, I've done this for like the 100th time this month.
How'd you keep it exciting?
You can get into that comfortable zone where you lose that thirst for it. So it is mixing it up. Even like you said, you've got a new job now, congratulations. But mixing up your life, mixing up all opportunities, feeds the fire in all different avenues.
And I think the thing with having a passion that is so strong, with clearly yourself and myself, is that it only takes a small thing to ignite it again. And for me, when I was saying earlier, getting this keyboard for Christmas, there's 300 sounds on that. That's 300 little ignitions that I've got there. They're going to make me.
You've got some nights ahead of you.
So I'm loving that as well. And it was another quotation from I can't sound like him, David Bowie. He says that the best place to be in life is just beyond the water, where your feet can't touch the floor. When you're just a little bit uncomfortable, that goes off.
I'll cut this bit out just for me mum. She'll go wild for that. Pictures of him everywhere.
Nice.
Always playing.
But
I just really feel I'm really loving my art again. But like you